Imagine a fairy godmother descend before you and ask you this one very question. Would you choose $1 million in cash right now, or would you choose 1 million devoted followers? A very good day. This is Hugo and you are in the Power Players Show. The show that explores the laws, how you can utilize them to build your better businesses. And this is the Power Players Show. Good day and welcome to the Power Players Show. So we're going to tackle some really juicy leadership questions today. But before that, for those of you who have signed up for my TEDx talk this weekend, I would like to congratulate you for getting the tickets. I know seats are limited, but I thank you and I look forward to seeing you this weekend. For those of you, my friends around the globe who have yet to know, I'll be presenting on TEDx the title, It's Okay to Not Be Okay. As you know, my friends, 970 million. That's the number of people around the world that are currently suffering from mental illness. We are talking about anxiety, we are talking about depression, we are talking about substance use, abuse, we are talking about eating disorder. And all these things are so significant. I mean, some of you, my friends, you could be from Japan and you would have realized that the number of suicide rates in a couple of months have exceeded the number of COVID-related deaths. Just imagine that. And the stigma in so many communities I work in around the world just doesn't help. I mean, people are still talking things like, big girls don't cry, only those psychotic people go to therapy. It just doesn't help the cause. If you are familiar with the green ribbon that I'm wearing today, is to show support for those of you who are suffering from mental and emotional challenges. I want to let you know that you are not alone. As we are learning how to work in our social circles, how to play with power dynamics, how to become a better people person, taking care of our own health will be one of the prerequisites. So coming up next, we are going to tackle two questions that you guys have submitted. I've selected them. We are going to show them right on screen over here. And if you are looking to learn how you can become a better leader, a better first-time leader, and how you can stand out in your workplace or social circle, these questions are for you. Alright, welcome to question number 1. And if this is your question right here, right now on the screen, I want you to pay full attention. If I were you, my friend, I would take out my journal, I would take out my piece of paper with my pen ready in my hands, right? Scribble down what you need and take action today. So with this, let us have a look at our first question. So, hi Hugo. Hello Kevin. Nice to have you here. I was just promoted to a team leader for sales team of 10. Wow, congratulations Kevin. Journey of leadership has always been so rewarding, and this is your first step. You want to do it right. I've never been in a position of leadership. This is like my first. Awesome. I really appreciate this opportunity and I do not want to disappoint my boss. I'm worried on how to handle certain personalities and if I can be a good leader. So, if you have any good tips for a first-time leader, I would appreciate it. Thank you in advance. Once again, Kevin. Once again. Well done and congratulations. So what we have here is a first-time leader leading a team of 10. No idea how to handle certain personalities and whether he will make a good leader. Well, here's what I'm going to say, Kevin. Leadership is not a one-time thing. It's not something where you can go in there, grab some skill sets and come out and say, now I'm a leader. I wish it will be that simple. But people come to my talks, people come to my seminars and says, Hugo, after learning from you for this 1 day session or this 3 days workshop, Will I have enough tools to be a leader for life? And guess what, my friends? Of course not. Of course not. Leadership is a lifelong journey. Even I myself, till today, I keep on refining my tools. I keep on learning about people. I keep on becoming better as a leader day after day. It's a lifelong commitment. And that's why I urge you too to make a commitment to become a leader today. And you know why? Because point number one, if you look around you, Kevin, I know you are 28 right now, but you have seen some friends, you have been in some social circles, whether it's in your college days or whether it's in your previous workplaces. And if you look around, you see some people that really stand out, do they? They might not have a title with their name yet, but whenever they say something or do something, the people around them follow them. The people look up to them. Their words carry weight. They are like role models. They could be leaders in the waiting, right? The position will belong to them sooner or later. When you look at these people, what do you learn? I learned this, Kevin. They are leaders by conferment and they are leaders by character. Which one are you? Are you a leader only by title, or have you developed the character of a true leader? So that's number one. You got to make a commitment, Kevin. Advice number two that I can give you. From one leader to another. If you are going into a new team, the worst thing that you can do, Kevin, is to go in there and bark orders. I'm sure you have met some leaders before that you have no idea where they came from. They just come in here and they tell you, Kevin, you have to do this. Do this 1, 2, 3. Kevin, don't do this 1, 2, 3. If you come in barking orders, no one would follow you willingly. No one will follow you sincerely and effectively. I hope you are not that type of leader, Kevin. And if you are, it's still not too late to salvage the situation. What you need to do right now is to have a meeting with the key people. Before the big meeting with all your team, you need to have a meeting before a meeting. And what I'm saying here, you could be thinking like, Hugo, what are you even saying? What I meant is, do you know who is the person who holds sales team leader position before you? Are you aware who are you reporting to? I remember you mentioned there is this boss that you are really grateful for the opportunity. Perhaps that person promoted you. I would reach out to these two persons first. I would reach out to the person that promoted me. I would say, thank you, sir, ma'am, for entrusting me with this opportunity. I know it's a privilege and also a responsibility. I want to let you know that I take my job as a leader seriously. I want to know what that you're looking for in the coming quarter, in the coming year. What is the KPI? Or what is it that you see in me or you hope that I could help your sales team to achieve? I would want to reach out to that person and bring him or her to coffee. I want to learn what are their expectations and how they would evaluate my performance. I want to get on board with their aspirations, and I want to reaffirm and reassure them that I take this opportunity every bit as seriously as they do. Next up, I'm going to reach out to team leader before me. I would like to say, sir, ma'am, I know the good work that you have done, and I really appreciate and look up to your leadership. Now that it's my turn to take on this position, I would appreciate if I could bring you out for coffee just to hear out, what are some of the biggest challenges or unresolved headache that you have throughout your term. Whatever that you are sharing would be of great help for me to perform effectively and to follow up on good policies and standards that you have set. After I've tackled this 2%, the next person that you should look for, or should I say the next persons that you should look for, is in your team of 10. Do you know them well enough? I always say profile before you persuade. Who are the key opinion leaders in the group of 10? I would go and do a one-on-one with them, right? I would bring them out, for drinks or for a meal, for a dinner, for a lunch. And I want to get to know them, right? Are they family people? What are their aspirations? Are they here because it's a reputable company? What are they trying to achieve? Is the commission good? Once I feel that and understand that they are on board with me, now is the time for you to do your team meeting. And knowing that you have the backing and the insights from the people that matter. So with this, Kevin, I think this couple of tips will really help you to kickstart your journey as a leader. Of course, as always, if there is any progress or any hiccups in this journey of your leadership, let my team know. You can always email me as usual. And when I pick it up, I'll be happy to offer you 1 or 2 more steps that you can take to follow up from here. So with this, let us look at question number 2. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, right now we are at question number 2. Let's have a look at the screen and see what we have in store. So this is from Nin. Welcome. Glad to hear from you. Hugo, I've been in the same company for the past 5 years. Recently, I feel I've been sidelined from promotions and parties. My best friends in the office and I say I've been too quiet and not been speaking up enough in meetings. Do you have any tips for me on how I can better present myself at work and get noticed for my ideas? Well, Nin, first and foremost, well done for recognizing the issue at hand. You see, one of the hardest things when I work with people in corporations is that people are not self-aware, and they are not aware of the challenges or the problems that they themselves are in. But it's good for you, Nin. Good for you. You know that you must learn how to speak up, stand up, and be counted. And I think it really matters. So a few things off my mind right now is, what is your personal USP? What is your unique selling proposition? Like, what is it that you're good at? What is it that your colleagues always say you are excellent at? What is it that you most enjoy doing or skillful at doing? So I would like to identify that. That's point number 1. It's all about self-awareness, people. Self-awareness. Number 2, I would love to think, have you established power teams in your workplace? Do you have a small clique of people, of co-workers, where you can complement each other very well, where you can serve and advance one another? If you have not, I urge you to do so. Find out people with skills and influence that can complement whatever you are doing. Point number 3. Learn to speak up by starting with something simple. It will be as simple as showing gratitude when you mean it. You see, one of the best practices you can embark on is whenever someone do something nice for you at work, or when they promoted you, where they offer you to speak up, where they give you opportunities, I would like you to praise that person publicly during lunch, during board meetings. Show your appreciation in your LinkedIn post. Tag them, thank them, take a picture with them, or even take a video. Go and have a coffee or lunch with them. And these will only do you good. Number one, sincere, specific compliments. Number two, you are showing appreciation to people around you, and to show that you're looking forward to work more with them. Number three, you are training yourself to speak up at work or in meetings. Right? In any work that I do, I always pay close attention to the people behind the scenes that make it happen. Right? When I'm presenting my proposal, I would like to thank David. I would like to thank Sarah, for coming on board and making this happen. I think this would be a good practice for you. Number four, you must always realize that if you don't toot your own horn, no one would do it for you. This is so important. So many people can do excellent work, but no one knows. If no one knows, it simply doesn't count. It doesn't improve your social standing. You must not only be good, Nin, you must be seen to be good. If you do something that is commendable, that is good, even if it's a result of teamwork, talk about it on LinkedIn. And do it in such a way that is classy, that you show appreciation, that it shows your aspiration on what is to come and what you hope to achieve. Network with people that can advance your goal. You can't have a dream come true unless people know what is it that they can support you in. Practice telling people. Practice asking for help. Practice building alliances. Practice. Personal branding. Make sure you have a good headshot, professional profiles in all your social media and websites. Make sure you dress well. Make sure you speak up. Make sure you participate. Whether it's the social events, whether it's the company dinners, offer yourself. Offer yourself to be the MC. Offer yourself to be the project manager. Offer yourself. Step up. So to sum it up, you got to speak up. You got to stand up. You got to team up. Ultimately, you got to be counted. So try this out. In fact, don't try. There is do or do not. There is no try. Do it and let me know how it goes, Nin. So with this, I hope that answers your question. I'll be happy to hear more of you. Maybe by emails. You can always mail my team. You can always text me or DM me in our social media, and we'll be happy to hear your progress. We have now came to the final part of our Power Players show today. I'm really excited for this episode because those are some really good questions from you. And do know that if you have any questions, you can click the caption above or below me. There will be a link for you to send in your questions. Remember to subscribe. Remember to share this out so that it can reach more people, to help them with their social dynamics, to help them to increase their power in life, in business, and relationships. So let us refresh a bit about what are some of the key takeaways that we have today, right? One of the best things that we learned today is always to have a meeting before a meeting. What is that, right? Meaning you should always have a meeting with the key opinion leaders before you engage the rest of your team. It's a good practice, it's a proven practice, and you should practice. Point number 2, it would be Learn how to build power alliances. No man is an island. Everyone needs someone, and it is best to work with people that complements your skill set and celebrate you. Don't go where you are tolerated. Go where you are celebrated. Point number 3. If you don't blow your own trumpet, no one will. So much of our society tells you to be meek, quiet, obedient. I call bullshit on that. When is the last time you see someone in a leadership position that doesn't stood out in character, that doesn't stood out in personality, that doesn't stood out in his or her communication style, that doesn't stood out in his or her networking? There is no such person. Anyone who reaches a position of power, that reaches a pinnacle in leadership, that build great relationships, whether with his or her spouse or even pets, demonstrate ability to show their value and not be shy about it. So with this, I hope these takeaways will be something that you will work on. Leaders are doers. They don't come here, listen to some tips and go to sleep. They come here, pick up some tips and say, what? Hugo, those are great. Hugo, I'm going to try it out and I'm going to email you on my progress. And that's exactly what you should do. So if you love what is being shared today, remember to like, to comment, to subscribe. Click the bell button. It will really help to get this message to the people that needs it. So with this is Hugo Tan, and you are in the Power Players Show. The show that explore the law and how you can utilize them to build the better businesses to have. And this is the Power Players Show.